Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Trisha. I post cleaning, organizing, cooking videos, and I also make vlogs. So if you're into these kinds of stuff, then please subscribe to my channel. Anyway, in this video, I tried Buzzfeed food recipes and I'm also going to make a review about them. So my review will be based on how really easy the recipes are to cook and of course how good the foods are. But of course, first I'm going to share to you why I decided to make this video. So if you've seen my previous grocery haul video, which I will link on the upper right hand corner of the screen, I have shared to you there that my husband and I are slowly transitioning into eating healthier foods. So I'm trying my best to keep track on what we eat since I am the one who cook almost every day, so I cook every weekdays and on the weekends my husband is the one cooking for us. So my goal is not for us to eat pork meat as much as possible. But I think we're not going to be vegetarians yet. Anyway, since I don't really have that much knowledge about healthy cooking and I don't know any healthy recipes, I decided to search online. Then I saw some Buzzfeed videos and most of them are about healthy recipes like easy dinner recipes under like 500 calories or 300 calories. And then I got excited. And if you love watching Buzzfeed cooking videos, you may notice that they kind of make it look like the recipe is very easy to make. So I got curious. Are they really that easy to make? And the very important question is, are they really that good? So I tried following Buzzfeed cooking videos for a week. Most of them are easy dinner recipes under 300 or 500 calories and or a healthy recipe. So what I did is the weekend before that, I listed 4 healthy recipes which are either under 300 or 500 calories or a healthy recipe. But just a disclaimer guys, I really tried looking for the exact same ingredients that the recipe requires, and I really tried following the exact same procedure in the recipe, but I may have improvised along the way. And I don't think that it will largely affect the results. Anyway, let's jump to the first recipe. So for Tuesday, I decided to make steak fajita rice bowl, which has 428 calories per serving. Now for this recipe, we're going to need 4 ounces flank steak, 1 red onion, 1 red bell pepper, a half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon onion powder, and 3/4 teaspoon chili powder, and a tablespoon of lime juice. So I'm starting out by cutting the red bell pepper and onion into slices, and then I'm going to put them together with the meat in a large bowl. So the problem is, I don't know if it's a medium-sized onion or a large one, but I decided to put 2 small onions in it. Now for this recipe, I actually follow the exact measurements of the spices, but as for the meat, I'm supposed to use 4 ounce, which is about 100 grams, but I used around 200 grams of meat instead. And also, I wasn't able to find onion powder, so I used onion flakes instead. So guys, this is really very easy. You're just going to mix everything and then put them in a baking tray lined with baking sheet and then bake it for 12 to 15 minutes at 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 230 degrees Celsius. I wasn't able to film our food on Monday guys, so I'm not going to include that here, but nevertheless, I still made 4 recipes in this video. I'm also going to link the Buzzfeed videos that I followed down below so that you can also check it out for yourselves. It took me like 20 to 25 minutes to cook this, including the baking time, but I guess if you're much faster in cutting ingredients than I am, then you'll probably be able to prepare this much faster. And then this is the result, you guys. I'm going to give my review later at the end of this video, so stick around for it. So I know it's a rice bowl, but since we're big on eating rice, we decided not to put it in a bowl instead, but serve it separately with the rice so that we can instead eat it on a plate. Now, for Wednesday, I decided to make 2 recipes. My original plan was to only make the one pot pasta, but then I decided to make Wednesday our cheat day, so I included barbecue bacon ice tray meatballs. For the meatballs, we're going to need 1 pound ground beef, 1/2 onion, 1/4 cup parsley, 1/4 cup breadcrumbs, 1 egg, 2 garlic cloves, 1/2 teaspoon dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon dried basil, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So again, I follow the exact same measurements even for the meat. So 1 pound is equivalent to 500 grams, right? That's the amount of meat that I used. But okay, I have to explain that I hate parsley, you guys. So I intentionally did not include the parsley in this recipe since both me and my husband wouldn't like it anyways. And that's a good thing about knowing how to cook. You can improvise along the way according to your liking. This recipe is also very easy to make. You're just going to mix everything as well. But the tricky part is the lining of the bacon on the tray, and I'm going to show you that later, guys. So this recipe also needs baking. We're going to need an ice tray, which I think is kind of a hack so that the meatballs will have a uniform shape and also to make it easier for the meatballs to be placed inside the bacon. So at this point, I'm not very confident about how I have to put everything, but what I did is I just put one side of the bacon on top of the previous one that I put. And then unfortunately, my camera died as I was putting the meat filling on the bacon, so I'm just going to show you the result. So this is what it looks like. This is the part that I'm kind of worried about because you have to turn the tray upside down and hopefully everything will go well. And fortunately, I did it! I was really happy with the form and I never realized that it'd be this successful. Anyway, I'm now going to bake it for 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, but as per instructions, we need to bake it twice. After 20 minutes, I'm going to take out the tray first because we have to brush barbecue sauce on it. I didn't have a brush, so I'm just going to use a spoon here. I guess you could use any barbecue sauce that you prefer since it didn't specify which type of barbecue sauce to use. And then after that, I'm just going to put it back in the oven and bake for 10 more minutes at the same temperature. Now, before I show you the end result for the meatballs, let's proceed to the one-pot pasta. For this recipe, we're going to need 1 white onion, 3 garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, 1 pint grape tomatoes halved, salt and pepper, 2.5 cups vegetable broth, 2.5 cups non-dairy milk, 16 ounces pasta, 5 ounces spinach, and a 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast. So I gotta be honest guys, I guess of all these recipes, this one may have been the one which I had more stuff improvised, so I don't know if it will affect the result that much. I'm going to discuss those later, but first let's proceed to the first step. So I used this deep pot, and the first thing that I'm going to do is to heat the pot and then put some olive oil in it. And then I'm going to saute the onion and then put tomato paste. Then we're going to add the grape tomatoes. So I used the exact same measurements as well for this recipe. And then I'm adding the vegetable broth. So in this ingredient, I actually have to boil 2.5 cups of water and then add 1 cube of vegetable broth since that's the only one that I found in the grocery. Then I'm going to add the milk. So it says that it has to be a non-dairy milk since this recipe is vegan, but I didn't bother using a non-dairy milk since we're not so big on eating vegan foods. Now I'm adding the pasta. I also used the same measurement for the pasta, but I have to convert, so 16 ounces of pasta is around 2 cups. It says that I have to let it simmer for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I'm going to add the spinach and then the nutritional yeast. So guys, I wasn't able to find a nutritional yeast in the grocery, so I chose the active yeast instead. I don't know if the nutritional one is a lot different than the regular one, but I didn't have any alternative, so I just used it. Alright, so these are our dinner for Wednesday. As for the meatballs, it says that you have to put toothpick on each of the squares, so that's what we did. And I'm sorry if it didn't look as pretty as the one in the Buzzfeed video. I'm going to give the review for these two as well later, guys. Let's move on to Thursday. So we're going to make lemon chicken asparagus stir fry, and this one's very easy. For this recipe, we're going to need 2 chicken breasts, salt and pepper, 3 cloves garlic, 100 grams asparagus, zest of half of lemon, juice of half of lemon, and 3 tablespoons soy sauce. So, since the ingredients are very easy to find, I of course use the exact same ingredients and measurements. Now, let's start cooking. First, I'm going to heat the pan, then put olive oil. Then I'm going to saute everything. I'm going to start with the chicken, then season it with salt and pepper. I'm just going to cook the chicken for a little bit, then I'm going to put the garlic and saute it for a little while. Then I'm going to add the asparagus and the lemon zest and lemon juice. The one you thought you lost in Denver. And I just want you to hear. I just want you to. Now I'm going to add the soy sauce and wait until everything is cooked. And then that's it. It's very easy. Now let's start with our review. I'm going to start with the steak fajita rice bowl. As for this first recipe, I will say that it is really very easy to make. All you have to do is mix everything in a bowl and then bake, and then that's it. And it was really good too. It is a bit spicy since I put chili powder in it, and I wished I did not put that much. But aside from the fact that it was spicy, it tastes really good though. That's actually one of my favorites for this week. My most favorite, of course, is the barbecue ice tray meatballs because it was really good, guys. We used sweet barbecue sauce, so it was sweet, but even the marinade is actually really good. It was kind of like a regular meatball with a bit of a twist because of the bacon and barbecue sauce. But hey, you know we love barbecues and sweet foods. As for the preparation, I got kind of scared flipping the ice tray upside down to remove the bacon wrap. Fortunately, it was a success. But aside from that, it was also very easy to make. As for the one pot pasta, okay guys, I did not like it at all. And I actually cooked a lot because I followed the measurements on the video, so a lot of it was wasted. I don't know if it's just because of I put the active yeast and not nutritional yeast in it, but I really didn't like the taste. And I have never had yeast mixed in pastas before, so this was my first time trying that. This by far is my least favorite. Lastly, as for the lemon chicken asparagus stir fry, it was okay. It's not very yummy like the bacon meatballs and steak fajita, but it was not also that bad. If you like chicken breasts meat, then you'll surely love this recipe. It was very tasty and the asparagus was actually a good pair for the chicken. All in all, it was okay for me maybe because I don't like eating chicken that much, but I think I have to get used to it since I wanted to eat less pork meat. As for the preparation, it was also very easy. So I have to say that if I have to rank these recipes as to their taste, I'd rank first the steak fajita rice bowl, followed by the barbecue ice cream meatballs, and then the third is the lemon asparagus stir fry, and definitely my least favorite among them is the one pot pasta. So, guys, I just would like to say that this is my first time trying to review a recipe, especially a BuzzFeed food video. So, if there's any suggestions that you'd like to tell me, please feel free to comment down below and please take it easy on me. And if you'd like to see more food review videos like this, please give this a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I would greatly appreciate it if you please subscribe to my channel. Also, you can connect with me by following me on Instagram at LoveTisha12. See ya!